Good everyone, my name is Graphics. Today we want to solve another exercise on interpenetration, where this time we will not be considering cylindrical pipe coming together, but now we're considering two different objects in terms of a cone and a cylindrical pipe. Now this is a cone that is being penetrated by a pipe, cylindrical pipe, and we want to know the curve of intersection of it, and also in the elevation, and the curve of intersection also in the plan. Now this is what we have here, right? So we want to see the curve of intersection here and also here. That's why in the question we are told that what? Complete the first elevation, complete the front elevation, which is this is the front elevation here. Complete the plan, this is the plan, and we should draw the surface development of the cylinder, right? So let's see how it goes. So let's start. The first thing you do in this case here is to draw your vertical line like this, and also you draw your horizontal line also like this. Now if you do that, we're having a point where they meet. We're starting with the plan. It's very important to start with the plan. That is this man here. So this point that they meet, this is the point here, right? So what we'll just do now is, if you discover that the diameter of this circular object here, which is the base of the cone, is what? 60, right? This is 60. Now I'll take my compass and I'm going to draw 60 diameter radius. So the radius of 60 is 30. So I'm going to take my meter rule and I'll measure 30. If I start from 40, 40 will be my 0, and I'll move to 43. That is what? 30. That is 0 to 3 is 30. Now if I place it on my meter rule, on my plan here, I'll just draw a circular object this way, faint line at first. Are we good? Now the next thing I'll do is, we are told from this diagram that the diameter from the center of this object here downward, the distance is what? 6 millimeter. For me to get this, the center of this other pipe penetrating it. So I'm going to measure 6 millimeter from it. So let's do that. I'll start from 2 and I'll go to this point here. This is 6, right? So that will be my new center for the other guy there. So I might just extend it. I might use my center line, but first of all, this is my faint line. So this is my new center here, right? Now the next thing here is this cylindrical object that's entering here. Diameter is what? 30. From here to here is what? 30. So we use the radius to draw to get it, right? Because if from here to here is 30, that means half is 15, half is 15. So I'm going to measure 15 on my meter rule. So in measuring 15 on my meter rule, I can move in between from here. I'll start from 1, right, to this point here. That is 15. So I'll move forward and I'll place it at this point here. I'll mark up and I'll mark down. Then I will extend it outward. So my extending outward will be of this nature. I won't draw it from inside here. I'll just use this as a reference point and I'll just draw it from here. Faint line. I will also come to this point also, I'll do the same thing. From here, I'll just extend it here. Why am I not thickening it? Because of what? I don't know the length at which it enters into the cone. Now, if you look at this, it's telling me that from the center of this cone to the end of this line here, of this cylinder here, is what? 48. So I'm going to measure 48 from here. So from here, I measure 48. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 48 is here. That is what we have there. So I will now thicken it. So in thickening it, I'll have that 48. This is 48 here, right? So from here to here is my 48. So I'm going to thicken it. From here to here. Now see that? And I'll close it up too, which is from here to here. Is from here to here. And also I'll close it up too, from here to here. So in doing that, I will now thicken my circle, because if you look at this, from this point here is what? Thicken. So I'm going to thicken this point too. So from here, I'll place it here. I'm going to have this. So that is what we have there. So I can bring it down. I successfully drawn out the plan. So the next thing is the front elevation here. Now if you notice, there's a distance between the plan and the elevation here. You can use any distance of your choice, any length of your choice. So I can just, first of all, I'm going to take this down a little bit, right? I'll take it back a little bit. Now I'm going to now project the edge of the cone this way. I'll also project the edge of the cone here this way. This will be tangential to the circumference of the circle. At any given radius, I'll just close it up by thickening it this place. So you see that? Now if you look at this very well, you notice that the height of this triangle here, the altitude is what? 92. So I'm going to measure 92 from this point here. Look at this, upward 92. I'll measure it and let's see what we are going to have. So if I place it here, I'll be having 92. So let's see. From this point, this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 92. At this point here. So I will now join it from here to here. Sorry. From here to here. And also from here I'll use faint line to join this point here. Why am I using faint line? Because there is something here I have to place in. So now we have another cylinder here, which is the same as this in the elevation. How do I know the center is? That I'll measure from the base here up here to what? 18. I hope you can see that. From the base to this point here is what? 18. So I'll take my meter rule. I'm going to measure 18 10, this is 18, right? And I'll move my rule to that point, 18, and just draw a line just to show that is my center line. Now if you notice that a distance is not given between here because of what, these are the same figure, so we'll use this, which is 30. Then we'll have 15 here and 15 down. So I'll take my meter rule, I will measure 15 on my meter rule, right? This is 15, and I'll place it here. I'll mark up and I'll mark down, right? So if I've done that, what will I do next? I will just extend this outside, but I'll start from the body of the triangle. So from here I'll gauge it, I'll extend it here. Now how will I know where to stop? With the help of my T-square and Z-square, I will take the distance of this one, I'll place it here, and if you notice it, you're having this. Then I'll close it up just like in the diagram to here, and also to here, and I'll draw this from this point to this point. You can see that. So after that, I have successfully reproduced this figure here. If you can compare, you see I've reproduced it out. Now the next thing is for me to draw the curve of intersection, which we'll call the interpenetrating arc, right? So what will I do? At the edge here, I am going to draw just a line from here to here, and also from here to here. You can see that. And I will draw a semicircle. Mind you, it must be a faint line, should not be a thick line. So I'll do this, and I'll come here also, and I'll do the same thing. So in doing that, I'll divide it into 12 equal parts. That is 6. Since it's a semicircle, use 6. So from here, I'm going to mark up, and I'll mark down, right? I'll place it here also. I'll mark left, I'll mark here also, and I'll mark this point too. So I'll use my rule to join them together to this center here. This is what we have, right? So I can say here is 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do the same thing here also. So we have this. So here will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 0. So here is starting with 3 and ending with 3. Here is starting with 0 and ending with 0. Now the next thing we'll do is to project each of these points to touch the base, the back of this triangle here, right? So I would like to zoom it up to show you better what I'm doing. So I will move from 0, it's already there, touch. The next one, 1, we touch. The next one, 2, we touch. The next one, 3 is touching. The next one, 4, touching. The next one, this one too is touching. Then this is touching. So if I'm to write them out, this will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 0. Right? That's what we have here. Now we are going to project all those points downward. So in projecting downward, first one will come down. So let me just take it up a little bit so you're going to see what I'm actually trying to show you. Now we'll project this point 0, we'll project it down. As you can see, let's zoom that. So point 0 here, I'll take it down to touch this center of the circle, which is here. Let's say point what? Point 0. Now I'm going to take my compass. These are the center, and I'll go to point 0. Right, and I'm going to draw this circle, paint line. Now I will now project 0 from here. This is 0, touching circle 0. So where 0 touches circle 0, I'll call it another 0. Are we good? I'm just writing those figures there so you will not get confused. It's not necessary you must put them. Now I'm going to project circle 0 upward. I'll project that point upward. So if I'm projecting upward, this is what will now happen. Right? So if I project it upward, see what will happen. So from here, the circle 0 will come up and it will move like this. Now this is point 0 here at this point, so it's meeting at this point. So this is another 0 here. Right? Now since this point 0 here is not here, so you know this is not a point. Is that okay? Now you go to the next one, which is point 1. You take it down, touches here. So that is for 1. So I will take my compass, take it to that one, and I'm going to do this. Right? So I'll project line 1. So in projecting line 1, let's see, this is line 1 here. Right? I'll take my T-square to that line 1. I'll put it to touch 1. Right? This is 1 here. So I'll project 1 to go and touch 1. So take my square, T-square, put it at point 1 to go and touch 1. You can see that? So 1 is just, we have 2 different ones here. So I'll project it to go up. Now this is line 1. This is 1 also. So 1 is touching 1 here. That is 1. I have another one in front also. This is 1 also. 1 is coming here. So this point here is not for point 1. Right? So I will not go to that aspect. Then the next one is the second one, which is this. I'll project this one also to go out also. So this one is touching here, circle 1 also. So that's another one again. Right, and I'll project it up. So it's more like here. So where 1 is touching 1 is somewhere around here. This is another 1. Right? This point here is not for no point 1 here. Now we move again. So I'm having 0, 1, another 1. Now come back here to 2. I'll project 2 down. This is point 2. I'll use my compass and I'm going to draw a circle at that point 2. From the center here to point 2. I'll get this, right? So I'm going to project point 2 here, and this is my point 2 here. This is it here. So I project it to touch it, and where it touches it here is point 2, right? And I'm going to project that point 2 upward to go and meet 2, like this. Now what do you notice? If I scroll it down, I have 2 here meeting 2, so this is point 2, and also this is another what? Point 2 here also, right? Now we'll move forward. We go to the next 2. We have another point 2 again, which is here. I'm going to move this to come here. So there's another 2 here also. Now project it up. I'm having this way. So I'll project the 2. This 2 coming here. This is the line I just projected. This is 2. So this point here is another 2. Right? And that same 2 is going up. So this 2 here is not a point. So I'll leave it. Right? Now we move forward. We go to 3. At this point here, I take it down. Stop here. That is point 3. So if I come here, I'll place it at the center, and I'm going to draw that this way. That is for 3. So I'll project this point 3 here. Let's move up a little bit. So this is 3. So if I extend the line of 3 to this point, it's meeting here, so this is 3. And I'll take 3 up to go and make 3. So 3 is going up to make 3. I only have 1 point for 3, which is this. So the trace 3 is where 3 meets 3. Right? Then the next one is the other 3 also, which is this. I'm going to push this to touch 3 here. There's another 3 here. So I'll use my set square to project that point 3 upward. So this is where I guess 3 is within this 3 here. Another what? Another 3. Then we'll go back to 2. So if I come down here, this is another point here 2. I'll do that to touch here. That is my point 2. So I'll take my compass, put it at the center, and I'm going to do this way. Right? So where 2 meet 2, we have this 2 here. I'll show you. So this is 2. If I extend it to touch 2 here, to another point 2, and I'll take it up to go and meet 2. So if I take it up from point 2, I'll have this. So let's see the last line. This is line 2. It's going up to meet 2 here. Abi, here's 2. All good. And that's for 2. Then the next 2 again is this, which is here. Line 2. These 2. And the next 2 is here also. Next 2 here too. Then the next one is 1. I go to 1. I bring it down. So this point 1. I'll take my compass. It's at the center here. To this point. And I'll get this other circle. So project the line of 1 to go and touch 1. From here, this is 1 here. Touch line 1. This is my 1. Right? I'm going to project that one upward. So if you look at that now, here's a line of 1 here. So 1 is coming to touch 1. And we still have 1 in front again. So after this one here, the next thing is another 1 here also. This is 1. Right? Then the last but not the least, which is point 0. If I bring it down from here, this is what? 0. So I'm going to place it here. And I'll draw my other circle for 0. So this is my line of 0 here. This is my line of 0 touching here. And when I project it up, 0 is meeting 0 at this point. Right? So this point 0. But in this point here, there is no space for 0 here because 0 is here. Right? So I will now take my French curve and I will join them all together. Right? In joining them, use a French curve. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, right? 1, 0. So let's do that. There's 1 outside here coming this way. Use a faint line. Let me test with this first. Right? So let's do that. Before that, this is 2. You can still extend the 2 to go and meet 2 here also. Right? So this is the circle of 2 if you choose it. There's 2 here. We have about 2 here. There's a 2. And if you choose also, 2 is already there. Then 1 is this. So now you can use a French curve. Let's start with the plan first. Here. And you join this should be your faint line. This should be your faint line. So I'll use my faint line and join, your hidden line, and join all this together. Let me try with the French curve first and see how that goes. So I can use this my French curve. Just join some of them that I can join. 2. Also here 2. So you can just use the French curve and join. Now this is what we have at the plan. Alright, so why it's like this is because it's offset and it's set to one side. Now in terms of the front elevation here, so what we simply have here is just you can join all together and you'll be having this way. So now use the French curve and just join from 0. We are moving like this, right? Right. Right, straight down to this point. Then the other one will be coming like this. This is one, and the next one will be like this. So all these points that you're seeing, they are not points. So what we'll do is from this point 0, I have the same 0 point. I'll use my French curve and I'll join. They're all leading line. All good? Just something like this. Because it's offset, right? Is what? It is offset. So we're having something like that. Once you do a very good job, you discover that this is what you are going to be having. The triangle is offset. Even inside here, you use your hidden line and show all this inside, and also hidden line too. Now this is what we have here for our plan, our front elevation and our plan. Now the third question that we are given here is that we should draw the surface development of the cylinder. So that one we are going to focus on the plan. So focusing what? On the plan, which is this. So what you simply do here is that you are going to extend from the base here. You extend this base here and you come down. You can see that the lowest point and also the highest point here, which is 2, will come down. Can you see that? Now you can take any distance closer to it, maybe let me say from here, and you're going to divide it into 12. Let me take it up. So you divide it where? Into 12. So I'll take the distance of these two here, maybe 0 and 2 and so on, and I'll place it here. So I'll mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is, you can close that up here, right? And I'll draw all the lines I have here. Just close it up with your T-square. Close it up. Let me close that up until you reach the final one. This is what we have. Then the next thing we'll do, you're going to project all those points you have here from this one here. This is the point here, right? So I'm going to project that point downward. I see that. Then the next one is 1, is 0 here. The next one is 1 here. The next one is 2 here. That is point 2. The next one is this one. The next one is 3 here. Then we have 2 here also. We have 1 here. We have 2 here. This is 1. This is 3 and 2. So this is all we have there, right? So I can just zoom it. Now if you notice, from here to here is ticking, so I'm going to tick in those 2 points like this. From here to here, and from here to here. And also tick in the base too. So I'll take in the base. So we're having that. Now from here, the next point, I'll call this the next point. From here, our next point is what? Is 1, right? So if I trace the 1, let me see if I can zoom it out a little bit. So if I trace the point 1, which is this, so we're having it this way. Here's the point 1, we're having it this way. And to be here, right? So the next one, this is 0. That is what? 0. So I'll start with 0 first. So this is 0, right? Let's see. This is 0 here, right? So I'll call this point 0. Then the next one is, this is 1 here. This is the 1 here. And I have 1 here on top of it. And the next one is 2. This is 2. We have 2 on top of it. And this one is what? 3. This is 3. We have 3 here. Then go back to 2 again. And the next one is 2. This 2 here. So I have 2 here. Then this is 1. Again, this is 3, 2, and this is another one here. The next one here. Then we'll have 0 again. We have 0, this is point 0. So we can start from here also. At this point we have so you can come also. It's 0, 0 is here, the same as this figure. Then the next one is what? Is this one here we're using now. So this one here, that is 1. And this one is the 2. This is the 2. The next one is the 3. This is the 3 here. The 3. And this one is what? 2. This is the 2. And we have 1. This is 1 here. So in the long run, we should be having something like this. Connected to a French cup, if I'm not mistaken. So we have this. Just join them together. So this. So should be having something like this, if I am not mistaken. Alright, so this is what we are told to do. Now, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to click on the subscribe button.